right?
No, Ken. No one in your team receives cost of living adjustments until those evaluations are turned in.
Well, she kind of has a point. I do like to take the wife out to dinner every now and then. I'll do them as soon as I get back to the lab.
Last time I saw my sister was over a year ago. She was just beginning to show. She's gone through a really bad breakup and couldn't stop crying.
Is the ex the baby's father?
I'm not sure.
Well, we need to contact him regarding Joey. It would be helpful to know his whereabouts.
All I know his first name. Ebony. But Christina referred to him as the jerk.
The jerk.
They met at church social a few years back. Christina complained he wasn't very Christian-like, but that was part of the attraction, if you ask me. He was older. Didn't want to get married.
Don't you bite me.
You know,
Don't you bite me.
Christina
Hey,
never
what are you doing?
said he was the
So
father.
nasty.
So there were other guys. As far as I knew, Christina was a prude. She turned red if somebody told a dirty joke. I just thought she was a virgin until she got pregnant. Yeah. Excuse me, are either of you two seen Wilson? He's in the house. Sophia. Hey, Catherine. Grissom, Eccles been looking for you. Is your cell not working?
What are you doing here?
Well, apparently I was a CSI, then a detective, but now I'm a messenger. You're needed at the lab ASAP.
Why?
I have no idea. But the undersheriff's camped out in the break room.
What are you looking at?
I'll have Greg run down the gun's serial number. Nick is covering the autopsy work. I'll finish the processing here, and I'll keep you posted. Thanks. What would you do without me?
Grissom. Conrad, Sheriff. It's always lovely to see you fellas, but I'm right in the middle of a crime scene. We have a situation, Gil. Preston Breckman, who's on trial for the murder of Joanna Whitman. Yeah, I know. She was a friend of yours, I'm sorry. I was her godfather. Grew up with her dad. 2 weeks before she was murdered, I gave a toast at her sweet 16. They say it's a slam dunk case. You would think we got an eyewitness, a song
This isn't for you.
hair, fiber, even DNA from the killer's tobacco
For me.
and the diaper.
Okay?
You got the right guy. So what am I doing here? Defense has called entomologist Mark Thayer as an expert witness. He's a gun for hire. He's going to say that the insect activity on the body proves the defendant was out of town at the time of the murder. And you want me to refute his testimony? When does he take the stand? Half an hour. Look, he's been on the list. DA assured me he was unavailable. Gil, we need you to listen to his testimony. Prosecution may need your assistance on cross. I'll do my best. No mystery here. Penetrating gunshot wound to the right temple killed our Virgin Mary. I sent the bullet to the listings. Virgin Mary? Hymen's intact, which means she's never had intercourse, but she gave birth. Cesarean scar.
So other than divine intervention, how do you explain this miraculous conception?
She sat in a toilet seat, obviously.
Frottage.
You mean draw humping?
In sex ed, Nick, they teach that rubbing body parts is safe, but since the hymen's not a barrier to semen, there's still a risk of pregnancy, not to mention STDs.
Right, sperm, meets labia, all bets are off.
It's all about gravity.
Thanks, Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, the test fire bullet matches the evidence bullet.
Nick confirms the gun down at the scene was used to kill this Christina Adalian.
Did you run the serial number?
Yeah, of course. Anyway, Greg, your 2-inch Colt was originally purchased in 1986 by Mr. Dwayne McGuane from Henderson. Good luck. Thanks.
Well, as you can see, the life cycle of the black blowfly from egg to larva to puparium to adult, it's like clockwork.
So, to be clear, we can use the fly's life cycle to accurately determine the precise date a victim was killed.
That's correct.
The victim was murdered in a woodsy area near Lake Mead. In that vicinity, how long would it take for the blowfly to lay eggs in Joanna Whitson's body?
Within minutes of her death. Is that true?
Well, doctor, based on your review of the blowfly activity, as documented by CSI, can you tell this jury the exact date Joanna was murdered?
CSI found puparia on the body, but no adults. So that means that the victim had been dead for 15 days.
The body was discovered November 15th. So based on your analysis, the victim was killed November 1st.
That's correct.
Defendant was in Mexico November 3rd. We think he killed her on the 4th. But he's still got to prove his timeline.
Dr. Thayer, this timeline you suggest from egg to puparia, has this been documented?
I documented it myself. In fact, in preparation for this trial, I videotaped the black blowfly breeding on a pig carcass. Now, this videotape will illustrate that the timeline from egg to puparium is, in fact, precisely 15 days.
Your Honor, on this videotape, I have relevant footage of Dr. Thayer's experiment. With your permission, I would like to play for the jury.
Have you seen this tape?
No. Objection. Your Honor, the defense never produced that tape for our review. We haven't had the opportunity to examine its authenticity.
It's not our fault. It was never requested.
Is that true, Counselor?
The defense is playing games, Your Honor. We subpoenaed the experts' files, reports, and opinions,
What's
but
that?
apparently they've
What's
conveniently
that?
construed the subpoena too
Come on.
narrowly. They're
Go.
acting in bad faith, Your Honor. Cannot expect this court to usurp the
Your Honor, if I may.
You may not.
Come on.
You blindsided the court. You knew that
Come
the
on.
ADA would want to see that tape, and you deliberately
No.
withheld it. How much time do you need?
We won't know until we review the video.
Fine. The defense is to hand over
That's
the
gonna
tape and
hurt.
all associated evidence. The jury is dismissed until 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Send everything over to the lab.
Come on. Let's go. Come on. You look well? Too cold for you?
Your black and white particles were composed of plagioclase, biotite, hornblende, and pyroxene.
Diorite granite.
You remember your geology.
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, senior year I took rocks for jocks. I dated the TA.
Lucky guy. I'm sure you got an A.
As a matter of fact, I did.
You're married? Don't flirt. Anyway, diorite granite is used in high-end bathroom vanities. Was there any recent construction at the house?
No, I processed the bathroom and the countertops with some kind of plastic laminate.
Made a few calls. There's only one slab yard in Clark County that works with diorite. It's on Alonzo Avenue, across the street from the old theater.
Hey, take it easy with that face, so it's the last shipment of the month. Sorry about that. Sure, I know Christina. Dated one of my guys. Real sweet gal. Used to bring donuts around before they broke up.
Her ex happened to be working today.
Yeah, name's Evan.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about Christina. Well, we broke it off months ago. I hadn't seen her since. Really? Is she dating one of your coworkers? Huh? Well, we found marble particles in her house. We identified the stone. It came from this facility.
See, Mr. Peters, we know that you and Christina technically never had sex, so when you found out that she was pregnant, I'm guessing that you felt that she cheated on you.
How in the hell do you know about my sex life?
I mean, that had to have made you really angry, right?
Well, that's why I dumped her. And fine. I saw her a couple days ago. She called me in a panic. Dingbat-headed. Locked herself out with her damn baby still inside the house. Thought I had her spare key. I didn't. She sounded hysterical, so went over to help.
Please hurry.
Followed her into the house? Yeah, well, she wanted to talk. What did she talk about? All right, get this.
What?
She tried to tell me that God got her pregnant. Well, that's true. Big guy was me an apology because she was my girlfriend. He should have asked me first.
Why did you lie to us? Claim that you hadn't seen her in months?
You guys are investigating her murder.
Come on.
And I want to stay out of it.
Well, it's too late for that, my friend. We need your DNA. Open wide.
Come on.
Day I got married, I got rid of my gun. My wife didn't want it in the house.
Oh,
You saw it?
No, I gave it to my paralegal. I'm an attorney. Look, it's just a handgun, so I wasn't required to register the transfer.
What's your paralegal's name?
Rita Day. Well, she left the firm years ago. She's a paramedic now. Emergency care ambulance.
You still keep in touch with him?
I get a card every Christmas.
All right, well, thanks, Mr. McQueen.
Look, just so you know, she only got that gun for her own protection. Whatever you investigate, Rita didn't do it.
What? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, my neck hurts. I can't pet you over there. You gotta come over here. Fine, I won't pet you then.
How's it going? Well, according to my experience in all three of these textbooks, the P. Regina would develop from egg to puparium in 11 days. Great. That discounts Thayer's testimony and puts Breckman in Vegas at the time of the homicide. Yeah, but his demonstration speaks for itself. There's no visible puparia for 15 days, just as Thayer asserts. And jurors might be more receptive to video documentation than books. The science in these textbooks is sound, but the tape is more than enough to get reasonable doubt. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that Thayer worked his science to get the answers the defense needed. We just need to know how he did it. Could he have altered one of the variables? I've reviewed his documentation. He purchased the pig from a reputable dealer. He conducted the experiment at a private lab with eyewitnesses, controlled all variables to replicate the conditions at Lake Mead during the time in question, 65 to 73 degrees, no precipitation, on and on. Can you conduct your own experiment? Sure. If the judge will give me 11 days. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. I'll have Archie review the video footage. Maybe he messed with the time code or something. I'll let you know.
So I heard that my predecessor in DNA had all these, personal hygiene issues. Well, just for the record, I'm not like that. I have always been very touchy-feely. I mean, I used to work in San Francisco, so every day we started with hugs.
Yeah, that must have been nice for you.
Oh.
So, hey, how about lunch tomorrow? Just you and me. Because, see, I figured that you got to know where all the bodies are buried around here. So to speak.
Is that why you paged me?
No. I compared Christina Adalian's DNA to baby Joey's, and guess what?
She's not the father.
Mother and son, they're not mother and son.
Yeah.
At least not genetically speaking. There's no relation.
And Evan Peters isn't the father.
Nope.
So she stole
So
that
assuming
baby.
that there was no big baby mix up at the hospital, I'm thinking that Christina Adalian had to be a surrogate.
And didn't give it back.
Surrogacy, that would explain her hymen.
Hello.
Her hymen was intact, which is consistent with in vitro fertilization.
Come on.
Well, yeah, but there's one problem. A surrogate's not supposed to keep the baby. A surrogate is supposed to be a gestational carrier who returns the child to the biological parents after it's been born.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Hey, Chris. I reviewed your video tapes. Checked for insertions, deletions, omissions. They're all authentic.
You certain?
Oh, yeah. I de-interlaced the video, checked the head switching, the HBI, VBI, looked for in-out signals. The tapes are clean. Sorry.
Did you blow up the frames?
Yeah, 1 every 6 hours. They're in layout when you're ready.
Okay.
Hi, Archie. Hey.
I just finished your eval.
And?
In the comments section, I noted that if you had my job, these evaluations would be late.
Thank you. So I understand that you're going up against Mark Thayer? Yeah. Guy's an ass.
He used to be a competent scientist. We actually co-authored a paper together 10 years ago. I believe greed has gotten in his way.
Well, I've seen him on the stand. He manipulates evidence.
He manipulates people. Public assumes that scientists are ethical, but many of us are no better than politicians, evidently.
So do you think that Thayer is presenting the jury with faulty forensics?
I know he is. I just don't know how. Videotapes are clean. The science appears sound. How's your case going?
I don't know who killed Christina Adalian. I don't know how she got pregnant, and I don't know the identity of the baby's biological parents.
It's always good to know what you don't know.
I know Dwayne. He's a
boss. I just hate to have been cooped up in an office building all day.
He claims he gave you his gun several years back.
Yeah, sure, why?
It was recently used in a homicide.
Damn. Well, I'm sorry.
So the gun's no longer in your possession?
Lost the Colt in a poker game years ago.
Do you remember who you lost it to?
I was drunk as a skunk. Met these guys at a bar. Lost a small fortune trying to keep up with the raises.
Can you tell me anything about the guy who won the gun?